As far as we know, this cosmos is just vast and boundless. It appears as this kind of intricate dance of this, it's like chaos and order put together. It's a paradox, right, of these kind of infinite proportions. So it's not just this collection of galaxies and stars and planets and seemingly empty spaces here. In Ayurveda and in Tantra, we look at this cosmos itself as is a living, breathing entity. Not in the way that we're used to looking at things or defining them, but still, it's this evolving, sentient expression of existence itself. So, to think of the cosmos as these separate pieces, right? Disconnected by the vastness of this space and time, it's really to miss the pulse that unites it all. So everything within it is woven together by this sort of invisible thread that's constantly moving, constantly evolving, constantly becoming as one unified expression of something greater than the sum of its parts. So in this kind of moment of recognizing this, you can read into it deeply and consider the cells within your body here when you're looking at this sort of framework. There's trillions of them functioning in harmonious chaos. Sometimes not, and that's what we call illness, right? But when they're functioning, on the most part, in a harmonious chaos, each has a role. Each one is like a universe all unto itself. So your body is in a perpetual state of evolution, adaptation, and growth, just like the cosmos. But your body's not a separate entity from the cosmos. It's a microcosm reflecting the macrocosm. Right? You're immersed within this macrocosm, and you are a microcosmic expression of this macrocosmic expression. So every breath you take it's like borrowed from the stars, right? Every atom in your body was once part of something far more ancient and far more expansive than you can imagine. You are this cosmos. You're folded in on itself, temporarily inhabiting a form that will one day dissolve back into the whole. This kind of understanding, this kind of insight, it demands a shift in perception here. So the human mind, with its tendency to compartmentalize, wants to view evolution as linear, right? But this sense of true evolution is circular, it's spiral-like, in which everything affects everything else in a feedback loop of cosmic intelligence. I mean this quite literally. So the planets don't just revolve around the sun in isolation, right? Their movements are influenced by forces far beyond our comprehension. And likewise, the expansion of the universe is not a solitary act. It's in conversation with every atom, every quark, every beam of light within it. So in this web of existence, nothing is stagnant here. Everything is fluid, constantly shifting, constantly in process. So evolution, when seen like this, it's not merely this biological phenomenon reserved for organisms. It is the very law by which the cosmos operates. So stars evolve and die, birthing worlds in their wake, right? Planets shift and change, carving out new possibilities for life. Even the fabric of space-time is not fixed. It bends and warps in response to the gravitational pull of these massive objects. So this is the dance of evolution here. It's the song of the cosmos. And in which every note is both an individual vibration and it's part of this greater symphony. Carry on with that. So you say, what's the purpose of this cosmic evolution, right? So perhaps it's to become conscious of itself, or to give its consciousness to other beings, or through the ages, life's emerged in countless forms, right? From the simplest organisms to the most complex beings capable of this self-reflection and self-awareness. So, and now through this human consciousness, the universe has become aware of itself. Humans have the ability to view themselves as this cosmos itself. We can do that. And we can delve into it. And that's a clearly reflected consciousness. So as a human being, we have that ability to be aware of itself, right? To be in a universe being aware of itself. It gazes back upon itself, can reflect upon its origins, its mysteries, endless possibilities. But humanity is not the end point of this evolution, right? It's merely, it's a step along the path. The cosmos is still becoming, still unfolding, and we are both witness and participants in this sacred process. We could look at, say, a butterfly, right? Its metamorphosis, it's not simply this transformation from caterpillar to a winged creature. It's a profound expression of the universe's drive towards beauty, complexity, and freedom, if we so wish to view it that way. Or it can just be a simple process. So the caterpillar is driven by instinct, and it surrenders to the unknown, and it's dissolving into a formless goo, right, within its chrysalis, only to reemerge as something which is entirely new to itself, to its environment. This is kind of a pattern of cosmic evolution as well. It's a process of dissolution and recreation, death and rebirth, chaos and order. And I think, like the butterfly, each of us is undergoing our own metamorphosis, both individually and collectively. So humanity is evolving as well, not just merely physically, but I would suggest spiritually and psychologically. So like these different crises that we face, like climate change, societal upheavals, this personal suffering, they're not signs of a broken world, but it's signs of a world in transition. These are the labor pains of a new consciousness struggling to be born here. So we recognize these things. And we're moving from an era of separation where we see ourselves as isolated beings in a hostile universe to an era of unity where we recognize our interconnectedness with all life and all matter and all energy. That's just my perspective. That doesn't mean that's what it is. That's how I see this. And it's like the caterpillar dissolving into its cocoon. We have to let go of our old identities, our old ways of thinking, old systems of control, right? We have to let go of these things collectively. And it's really only then that we can emerge into this higher state of being and move beyond or transcend these outdated models we see. Capitalism being definitely one of them here. I would say in this kind of grand evolutionary process, we're not passive observers here. We're not just sitting back and watching it all. Like we're active participants, co-creators with the cosmos itself. Not as outside agents, but as interconnected beings. So every thought, every action, every intention, it really ripples out, inward and outward. It influences the collective field of our consciousness. I think this deserves some deeper examination here and introspection. And so to evolve as a species is to evolve the cosmos itself. 'Cause we're not separate from it. We are this cosmos, expressing itself temporarily through a form which we label as our sense of identity, which also dissolves back into the field of consciousness. And our awakening here is the awakening of the universe, just as our ignorance is its temporary forgetting. I'd say despite the grandeur of this cosmic evolution, it's not distant or inaccessible. It's happening here. It's happening right now, in every moment and in every breath. We just get so tied up in our own thoughts, in our own memories, in our own experiences, in our own emotional states that we rarely expand ourselves beyond them. We become self-absorbed. So this cosmos, like I said, it's not out there. It's the vastness of space. It's within you, around you, between every particle of matter. It's the your heartbeat, your awareness. It's the pulse of your own life. And when you meditate, when you quiet the mind, listen deeply here, and when we move beyond the mind, we can feel this connection. We experience this connection. We move beyond experience as well. We can sense a flow of life moving through ourselves, just as it moves through everything. In that moment, you realize that you're not just a fragment of the cosmos, but the cosmos itself, whole, complete, and evolving, together in unison. So we can see the universe isn't something that we inhabit. It's something that we are. And every step we take, every word we speak, every choice we make is an expression of the cosmic dance. And just as the stars and galaxies evolve, we have to do this as well. There's no escape from it. Not that we're prisoners. So this kind of evolution, it's not a matter of survival. At this point, it's a matter of awakening. It's a journey from unconscious to conscious, from separation to unity, from fear to love. So when you look up at the night sky, remember that you are gazing at your own reflection. This is a very helpful process. The stars aren't distant objects, but they're mirrors of your own inner light. The cosmos is alive, and it's evolving through you, as you, with you, you. Not as your egoistic identity. Still, that is a constricted part of it. It's constricted, though. We want to look at an expansive aspect. That means moving beyond that sense of egoistic conditioning, reflexive conditioning of memories and experiences, and identifying with memory and experience, moving beyond that to find ourselves as something much more vast, much more expansive. All is one, and the unity is the very essence of life itself, the essence of being, the essence of existence. In this kind of way, right? The cosmos isn't just a place we inhabit, it's a process we participate in. We are the process. Living, breathing, evolving expression of the infinite in finite form. We're both the creators and the created, the dreamers and the dream. And in this kind of eternal dance, the only constant is change. The only truth is evolution. The only reality is the infinite potential of what we are becoming. Happy Halloween, everybody. Namaskar.